The story of David, from the bottom of society to the CEO of a big corporation. David grew up in a slum, in a bustling industrial city. His family had no electricity, no clean water, and little more than the crumbling walls of their rundown house. His parents were factory workers, struggling every day to make ends meet. Despite their hard work, the small wages they earned were never enough. Every meal was a battle, every month a difficult calculation to make sure they could afford the essentials. But from a very young age, David had a dream. A big dream, one he didn't even know how to achieve back then. He dreamed of escaping the slums, living a different life, one where he wouldn't have to worry about every penny, where he could afford more than just the bare minimum. However, opportunities seemed to elude people like David. Even though he studied hard, he had to take on multiple jobs, waiting tables, driving a cab, and even selling street food late into the night. This life went on until David was in his 20s. One morning, while working at a small cafe, he had an encounter that would change his life forever. He met a man named John, who was there to meet a business partner. John was the CEO of a newly established tech company, and he was the first person to recognize David's potential. "Have you ever thought about working in tech?" John asked, noticing David wiping tables and serving customers. It was a simple question, but it ignited a spark in David's heart. John shared with David the world of technology and the opportunities it could offer. He encouraged David to learn programming and even helped him enroll in online courses. At first, David was skeptical about his own abilities, but he decided to give it a shot. He stayed up late every night watching YouTube tutorials, joining online coding communities, and gradually getting familiar with computer languages. The months of hard study started to pay off, and David's programming skills grew. However, landing a stable job was not easy. He had no connections, no certifications, and no real-world experience, but David didn't give up. He sent out hundreds of job applications, only to be met with rejection after rejection. But David knew he had to do something different. One day, while still job hunting, David ran into John again, who had now become a mentor and friend. John made a bold offer. "Do you want to collaborate on a small project? I believe you can do it." And so, the two of them set out to develop a simple software to help manage data for small retail businesses. That small project turned out to be a huge success. Retail shops, from tiny convenience stores to local coffee shops, began using their software. This gave David the chance to prove his skills. Within a year, the company John had started grew rapidly, and David became the chief technology officer. He constantly innovated and improved their products, which laid a solid foundation for the business. But David didn't stop there. He realized that if he wanted the company to become a global conglomerate, they needed to scale and expand internationally. He began attracting investors, building a team, and focusing on developing cutting-edge tech products, especially in artificial intelligence and big data. After 10 years of relentless effort, David's company became one of the largest tech corporations in the world, operating in dozens of countries. Not only was he the founder and CEO, but David also became a symbol of persistence and innovation, showing that no matter where you start, with passion and determination, you can overcome any obstacle and achieve what you've always dreamed of. Sometimes life doesn't offer easy opportunities, but persistence and the ability to find chances in adversity are the keys to success. David started from the bottom, with nothing but a big dream and unwavering determination, and became the leader of a top tech corporation. His story proves that no matter where you come from, as long as you don't give up, keep learning, and continue growing, you will always find a way to succeed. The story of Maria, from the slums to the CEO of a global corporation. Maria grew up in a slum in Miami. Her mother was a strong woman, but life in poverty forced her to work tirelessly day and night to support the family. Maria's father left when she was very young, leaving her mother to shoulder all the responsibilities. The house they lived in had only one small bedroom and an old, outdated kitchen. Clean water, there was none. Electricity, only when her mother could afford to pay the bill. But no matter how difficult life was, Maria's mother always taught her one thing: you can rise above, no matter where you start. Never give up on your dreams. From a young age, Maria had a dream that was different from the other kids around her. She dreamed of working for a large company, leading an organization, And most importantly, she wanted to do it all on her own merit, not by relying on anyone else. But Maria's world back then was confined to the narrow streets of the slum, where the other children only thought about surviving from one day to the next. Despite the hardships, Maria was always a top student. She was the only one in her neighborhood who consistently scored high on exams, though no one really paid attention to her except for the teachers. One day, in a citywide math competition, Maria won and was awarded a full scholarship to a prestigious university. But even with this opportunity, Maria felt insecure. Would she be able to fit in with the wealthier students who had better education and resources? Despite the hardships, Maria was always a top student. She was the only one in her neighborhood who consistently scored high on exams, though no one really paid attention to her except for the teachers. One day, in a citywide math competition, Maria won and was awarded a full scholarship to a prestigious university. But even with this opportunity, Maria felt insecure. Would she be able to fit in with the wealthier students who had better education and resources? Still, Maria was determined to pursue her dream. She went to university, studying economics, and began a challenging journey. She worked part-time at a cafe, balancing work and study. Those months were full of difficulties, but Maria never gave up. She always found ways to learn not only from books, but also from the people around her. She worked on building relationships, joining clubs, and always showing herself as someone passionate and eager to grow. After graduation, Maria refused to settle for the typical jobs that most new graduates would take. She set her sights higher. She wanted to work for a global company, one where she could truly make an impact. She sent out hundreds of job applications, constantly improving her interview skills and always willing to work harder than anyone else. One day, Maria received a call she never expected. A top consulting firm in New York wanted to interview her. This was a huge opportunity, and although she was anxious, she knew that if she didn't take the chance, she would never know what she was capable of. Maria walked into the interview with a newfound confidence, not only because she had learned so much over the years, but also because she understood that every challenge was a step toward her dream. She passed the interview and was hired by the consulting firm. Her first years there were difficult. Maria had to prove herself, starting with the most basic tasks. However, she always saw every assignment as an opportunity to learn and grow. Over time, she was promoted. Within just a few years, Maria became a key project manager, leading business strategies for large clients. But Maria didn't stop there. She continued to push herself, honing her leadership skills and building relationships with influential figures in the industry. She began overseeing international projects, helping her company become a global leader in the consulting field. Even though she had achieved success, Maria never forgot where she came from. She always remembered the tough days in the slums, where it was her perseverance that had brought her to where she was today. After many years of hard work, Maria became the CEO of the world's largest consulting firm, with thousands of employees and major projects worldwide. She wasn't just a brilliant leader, but a symbol of persistence and resilience, showing that no matter where you come from, with passion and determination, you can overcome any obstacle and achieve your dreams. Maria proves that no matter where you start, if you have passion, perseverance, and a continuous drive to learn, you can change your life. Success doesn't come from luck. It comes from hard work and determination. Every challenge is just another step on the path to your goal. When you refuse to give up, you will find a way to rise above, no matter the circumstances. The story of Alex, from working class to founder of a successful startup. Alex grew up in a poor family on the outskirts of New York. His parents worked as factory laborers, and their life revolved around scraping together enough money to meet basic needs. Alex's house was just one small room, where he and his 3 siblings had to cram together. Even though his family was full of love, the harsh conditions made life difficult, and sometimes it felt like a dead end. From a young age, Alex realized that he couldn't continue living like this. Every time he saw expensive cars and beautiful houses on the busy streets, he dreamed of a different life. He didn't want to stay stuck in the same place. He wanted to take control of his life and create change. Throughout his high school years, Alex took on any job he could find, delivering newspapers, working part-time in stores, helping neighbors with odd jobs. Every dollar he earned was the result of hard work, but it also taught him that nothing comes easy. He learned from the people around him, especially those who were successful in their fields. After high school, Alex decided to pursue a degree in information technology at a university. Although his family couldn't afford tuition, he managed to get a scholarship and worked part-time to cover his expenses. University life wasn't easy, but Alex was persistent, using every free moment to learn programming and stay up to date with new technologies. After graduation, Alex landed his first job at a large software company, where he quickly adapted and was promoted to important positions within the company. However, deep down, Alex knew that this job wasn't the end goal for him. He wanted to create something of his own, a product that would change the world. One day, while sitting at a coffee shop, Alex had an idea, a mobile app that could help users manage their personal finances in a simpler, more efficient way. At first, it seemed like just a small idea, but after many sleepless nights sketching ideas and creating plans, Alex realized that this was the opportunity he had been waiting for. He started developing the app in the evenings after finishing his work at the company. Despite his busy schedule, he never gave up on his dream. After a few months, his app was ready to launch. However, he didn't have enough money to market the app or build a team. So, Alex decided to take a loan from the bank and borrow money from close friends to invest in the project. When the app launched, Alex didn't expect it to take off so quickly. Thousands of users downloaded and started using the app within just a few days. The app's popularity caught the attention of investors and large companies. Within a year, Alex had built a strong development team, and his startup became a prominent player in the fintech industry. But success didn't come easily. Alex faced many challenges along the way, from building the brand, seeking investors, to competing with rivals. However, he remained confident in his idea and never gave up. With perseverance and vision, Alex led his company to become one of the leading tech firms, providing financial solutions to millions of users worldwide. Alex proves that no matter where you start, with perseverance and belief in yourself, you can change your life and achieve success. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, can be overcome if you don't give up on your dreams and always seek opportunities in each step you take. Hard work, creativity, and ambition will lead you to heights you never thought possible. The story of Lily, from an orphan girl to a leader in education. Lily was born into a poor family in a small town. Her mother passed away when she was just 5 years old, and her father, a manual laborer, also died when Lily was a teenager. With no close family members to support her, Lily lived with her grandmother in an old, run-down house. Their life was very difficult, but her grandmother always taught Lily, "Whatever you want, you can achieve if you are determined." Despite the material hardships, Lily never lost her focus on learning. She loved books and always excelled in her studies. However, life was not easy, and when she reached high school, Lily had to work multiple jobs to pay for her education. She tutored children, did housework, and sometimes worked in the evenings. Although she was exhausted, Lily never gave up. She knew that to escape poverty and help her grandmother, she needed a better future. She poured all her energy into her studies, and this determination earned her a full scholarship to a prestigious university. University life was no walk in the park. Lily had to face loneliness and the feeling of being left behind, as she was one of the poorest students in her class. But she overcame everything with hard work and determination. Every evening, Lily studied late, participated in extracurricular activities to build relationships, and learn from successful people around her. After graduating, Lily decided to pursue a career in education, hoping to inspire children in similar situations to hers. She started teaching at a public school in a low-income area. Despite the difficult job and low salary, Lily always gave her best to her students. She didn't just teach. She became a friend and mentor, helping students overcome challenges and find their own dreams. A year later, seeing that many of her students had great potential but lacked the resources to fully develop, Lily decided to open an educational center for underprivileged children. She started by asking for donations from the community and friends from college. Even though she had little money, Lily never gave up on her idea. She taught for free, recruited volunteers to help, and created a quality learning environment where every child had the opportunity to grow. After a few years, Lily's center became well known and recognized as one of the best educational programs for underprivileged children. She had helped thousands of students overcome hardships, achieve academic success, and grow as individuals.